You are watching Soccer Night in Detroit.
And from the grassroots of Detroit soccer all the way to U.S. Soccer's second division, this is Detroit City FC. Goal for Detroit City. What a play by Alec Wasinski.
Monday with the right foot. It's in the back of the net.
Jupe curls in and bangs it in off the post. Antez Jupe, are you serious with that? Header!
All right. He's in short sleeves, ladies and gentlemen. He's in short sleeves. We are actually playing a game above 50 degrees.
You're right. I came with the coat, a little chilly, but the coat it's going to be hot.
54 degrees at kickoff today for the 4 o'clock kickoff between Detroit City FC and Sporting Jacksonville.
Yes.
Game in which, the first of 3 in 8 days again.
Again, don't forget the U.S. Open Cup game against the Chicago Fire. We're building that up, literally.
And then Pittsburgh next Saturday at Highmark Stadium.
The rematch of the quarterfinal last year.
Yes, so big week for Detroit City FC. And, of course, it's a matter of staying healthy and whatnot at this point because, right now, Detroit City's suffering a couple injuries at this point. Maxi Rodriguez out with the hamstring issue.
He was listed questionable this week.
Yes, and most likely may not be in the lineup today. One player that we do know is out, Preston Tabor-Ataka. He's had that groin issue, which he suffered a couple weeks ago.
And what I read, he's close to the 10,000 minute mark.
So, as far as minutes played in the USL. So.
Yes, and also Devin Mesa as well.
Oh, yeah. So, yeah. And, of course, Devin Amu-Mensah will be, I'm sure, in the lineup today as they take on the Sporting Jacksonville team, who almost pulled something off last week.
Almost.
They could have stopped the freight train known as the Tampa Bay Rowdies. However, in stoppage time, near to death, Tampa Bay comes away with the victory.
As the only undefeated team. No losses, no ties, straight up wins.
Yeah, we'll be talking about that coming up on the USL today.
Uh-huh.
And as I mentioned, Tampa Bay, could have done the upset, but this Jacksonville team right now.
Yeah.
Let's just say this could be a team that could be primed for the picking, shall we say. 25th.
Yeah.
In the USL Championship.
Dead
last. On goals allowed. And
2.5 per game.
Yeah, 2.5 per game. That's a lot of goals that they give up per game. So it's going to be up to the Detroit City attackers to, add to that mark. So, they give up a lot of goals. You saw Pittsburgh gave up a lot of goals. The next couple of weeks, we're going to go up against teams that have been giving up a lot of goals as of late. Pittsburgh being one of them. The other one being today with Jacksonville. So, you got two teams that could give a lot of goals. Now, could it bring more opportunity for Detroit City? Right now, Darren Smith's the only thing we got going in the USL Championship side.
He is tied. Yes, he's tied for a 5-way tie with 4 goals each. 2 of them from El Paso. I'm just trying to go back to my technology. 2 of them is from El Paso. I think I got it right here. I got it. All right, hold on. Oh, technology. Yeah. All right.
Rubio Rubin.
From New Mexico. Also a teammate, Armando Mundo, 4 goals each. Yep. Also tied. Okay. Also tied. Oh, go ahead.
Yeah, but like I said, Rubio Rubin also up there with Darren Smith. But the thing is here, what we're trying to get at is Detroit City, other than Alex DeLue, and Darren Smith, who do they have that's going to put the ball in the back of the net?
We still have Alpha Jupes. We still do.
Yeah, but he hasn't scored as yet.
They haven't scored yet.
Chisholm scored in the game at Legacy Center against Michigan Rangers. Maxey, of course, scored against Michigan Rangers, but obviously he's injured right now. The thing is with Detroit City is it cannot be just about Darren Smith.
Yes, you're right about that.
And that was the problem last year because we relied heavily on Darren Smith
for the first few games.
we go into the last goal that was scored of that fateful week in which they played the Indy 11 and gave up 2 goals. Gave up 2 goals to Elvis Amo. Darren Smith scored the last goal. Yes. Then they got blown out 4-0 against against Chicago Fire.
You're right.
And then, of course, as you know, Darren Smith scored the own goal off of when Nick. Oh God! Now I'm starting to forget his name. The guy from Chicago, Nick Kuipers. Nick Kuipers from Chicago. In that match there. So right now, the thing is trying to find another goal scorer right now for Detroit City FC.
Cedeno haven't scored a goal yet.
No, he has not.
He's due for one.
Yeah, Cedeno is. You expect him. He's had a couple chances here and there, but not to. It hasn't come to fruition. Lejeau back in the lineup because of Maxi's injury.
Yeah.
That's another player that could that could get a score goal. And you don't really have to rely on the back line, but we've known Devin Amumensa to score, bag a couple goals here and there as well.
Yes.
I think Colin Montgomery has done that as well in the past. But the thing is with Detroit City right now, it's trying to find the it can't be just about Darren Smith. It's nice to have Darren Smith.
It's nice to have Darren Smith going goals, yes. But can they spread it around?
And they need to spread it around because they cannot just rely on a Darren Smith or an Alex DeLue.
Yes.
And Alex DeLue, he's been coming in, say, like at the 60th minute or 65th minute or whatever it is.
Okay.
I mean, he's been great in the cup matches, obviously.
Yes.
It's 2 goals and 2 assists on that.
Yeah.
But the thing is, he's got to be reliable going. He's got to. If he can't play 90 minutes. If you're definitely going to be using him in situations such as coming up this Tuesday against Chicago Fire.
And what keeping the team together, the glue that keeping together. One of the hottest goaltenders in the USL.
Carlos Herrera's been on fire. I mean, he's had a couple clean sheets so far this year.
Yes, gave up 2 goals against the loss in Indy 11. He's now at .40. I'm sorry, 67 fans, not at 67, but hey.
Yeah.
He's the glue, but he cannot be lackadaisical against this sort of weak Jacksonville team.
Absolutely. He cannot be that, Jacksonville's leading scorer right now, 2 goals is I can't pull it is
the son is
Sadlier. Yeah, Sadlier is the goal scorer.
Yeah.
I'm trying to get the Wi-Fi on hooked up to my phone. It's not working right now, but Sadler's the only goal scorer for Jacksonville. But the thing is, Jacksonville doesn't. Jacksonville, as I mentioned, gives up a lot of goals.
Oh yeah,
and that's their.
And by the way, one of 6 teams that doesn't have a win. The others: Birmingham, Rhode Island, Phoenix, Monterey Bay, and Loudoun United, which we will talk about in the highlight passage.
Absolutely. Yeah, Kieran Sadler with 2 goals. Jaskalainen with 1, and Traore with 1. So, Jacksonville right now on the year, total goals on the year, 5 goals on the entire year. Petter, Rafferty Petter with the only other goal for Jacksonville so far this year.
Yeah.
So this could be this is a team that could easily be had today.
Yeah.
I would think so.
Could be.
And with the back four, and that has been the surprise of the year because a lot of questions have been about that back four of Detroit City. They have been very strong. I mean, you look at that back line. I mean, as I mentioned, Colin Montgomery and Devin Amumensa as well.
And don't forget
Yamazaki very well.
Tell me about it. Have to kick away back, kick in, get beat in the feed, hoping in the mixing bowl that goes back in the net. So
yep, and another player of note, Tommy Silva.
That's
another.
There was a good feature on him on the DCFC YouTube channel today.
Yep, his first interview with the club, and he's been playing tremendously well as well. But like I said, that back line has been very solid on there, and it's allowed Detroit City, for the most part, to get shall we say get things going as far as it is offensively here. So, I did share that with you last night. Trying to get it out there. But like I said, 0.50 goals conceded per match.
I know.
That's pretty damn good. Second behind, of course, the Tampa Bay Rowdies.
Oh, yeah.
And Tampa Bay, That's the reason why they're the only unbeaten team in the league.
Yeah, the soccer being all-stars, as we could say. I can't remember the name of the all-star team, the baddie all-star team in the first Space Jam movie, but you know what I'm talking about.
You know what I mean about superstars in Tampa Bay, though.
Yeah.
Remember, they had some superstars back in the day, back in the glorious 70s. That's why they won a NASL championship back in the day with players like Rodney Marsh and Clyde Banks and
Roddy Marsh.
Yes.
Wow.
They had some great players back in the day. In the first incarnation. So
and don't forget,
it's like I said, it's not the first time that it's happened with the Tampa Bay Rockets.
I know. And also, by the way, the guy from around the 90s on YouTube mentioned an anniversary. This is the 15th anniversary of the first weekend of the rebirth of NASL version 2.0.
We're not talking about the Cosmos right now.
No. Well, some blame the Cosmos for the collapse of version 2.0. And it seems like Tampa Bay still running. Incidentally, believe it or not, I learned that they couldn't get the name to the Tampa Bay area. They had to go through Tampa Bay FC.
At first.
And
then, once the NASL 2.0 disbanded, he didn't.
Well, we left Tampa Bay left before it blew up.
Yes, exactly.
Remember their last champion, the San Francisco Delta? They're the good video about the whole Deltas and all that.
Yeah, there's some players that were that have been linked to that Delta team that are still playing right now in the USL Championship.
And by the way, the NASL was the good template for the USL. Believe it or not.
Pretty much. When you think about it. And, the USL learned from what their mistakes were, and the next thing you know, developed to become the league that they are.
Yes.
Want to take a look at who's officiating today's contest.
Okay, who is officiating?
Elvis Osmanovic will be your head referee today. Jacob Little and Andrew Stefanik will be your assistant refs. The fourth referee is Ryan Holman.
Yes.
So that's who will be officiating here at Keyworth
and
this
it's
afternoon.
the first game of the day.
Yes, it's one of the first games of the day in the USL Championship. We're going to take a look at some other games coming up right now on the USL Today.
Pittsburgh has not seen a night like this. For the first time ever, the Riverhounds, Eastern Conference champion.
But there's seconds left. And there it is!
Is there any time remaining? No! It's over! Detroit City! Lightning strikes twice! The A1 upset for the second time in 3 years! And they knock out the Shield winner on the opening night of the playoffs!
Checking out some action from Wednesday night
Yes,
in the
we had
USL.
2 games early in the week.
Liam McKinnon, off a beautiful pass, puts it into the back of the net, 11th minute against the San Antonio FC. Orange County goes up by a score of 1-0 at that point. Go to the 34th minute of play. Yana Bazzini with this one right here off the rebound, and Orange County comes away with the victory at Championship Soccer Stadium by a score of 2-0. Last night over at Segra Field, Thorfler Olferson in the 8th minute of play scores for Loudon, and they take an early 1-0 lead. But Louisville will come back off the corner kick here in the 20th minute of play. Brandon Days puts it in the back of the net, and we're all squared at 1 apiece. Guy that's been tearing things up in the Open Cup for Lou City, Tola Shonumi, in the 27th minute will put this one into the back of the net, and it would be 2-1 in favor of Lou City. But in the 45th minute of play, Loudon would come back with the help of former Detroit City alumni James Murphy. Olferson with his second goal of the evening, and we are all tied at 2 apiece.
And they thought they had won until
Yes, and it was Bolu Akinode off the header from Murphy, past Hugo Peru in the 62nd minute. It was 3-2 in favor of Loudoun United. You thought there was going to be a little upset at Segra Field, but there's another Davila in the house for Lou City. This time it was Evan Davila with the goal here in the 73rd minute to even things up at 3 apiece. Can't say that Lou City dropped points last night, but they had to get those points. They dropped points, but they had to get at least one back last night.
They got one back last night. You're right.
And this is the thing here with Lou City. Mm-hmm. First time they have lost, or they have having had points in 2 consecutive matches.
Oh, my God.
Since last year. The last time they would lose more than one game was back in 2023.
Oh my God,
lost
that's 3 years ago.
Yeah, including a victory here or a victory by Detroit City.
Yeah, you're right. You're right. Yeah.
And during that stretch, I think they lost to Pittsburgh in that stretch as well. So
you're right.
It was it was a tough go of it, shall we say, for the folks over in Lou City. And right now they are up top the Eastern Conference for the time being, with the 1 point last night, but that's before today's action, which includes some good ones here.
Oh, good juicy ones.
Yeah, some good juicy ones. Hartford Athletic. Brendan Burke's got something going on with that team.
Oh, yeah. This is not your, let's say, high school senior Hartford Athletic.
And this is the same team that made the playoffs last year. I wouldn't say high school senior. You might as well say, they've been in, they were in the playoffs last year,
you
know. And
they won the U.S. Open Cup.
Yes, they did.
Not U.S. Open Cup, USL Cup.
USL Cup, the Tire Cup.
Sorry.
What was formerly known as the
Jägermeister
Cup. Yes. Right now, Augie Williams leading the Hartford Athletic with 2 goals, a 7.3 mob rating at the time. El Paso coming in right now. They're looking pretty damn good as well. Yeah. 3 wins and 1 draw. 5 straight in all competitions. And we mentioned earlier Rubio Rubin. He's tied for the lead in goals with 4.
Yes, and another member of the same team also tied with 4.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so this could be a juicy matchup with the team that is near the top of scoring, 10 goals, which second to a lead next to Lou City with 14. So.
Absolutely. So another juicy matchup coming up tonight. Is there anything more you could say about this Tampa Bay Rowdies club?
Unfortunately, no. They are too.
Or anything bad you can say about this Tampa Bay Rowdies club?
I can't find anything bad in the good. I can't find anything bad in the glick.
Well, Jacksonville can find something bad. They pretty much banned all smoke and drums and all that stuff because Ralph's Mob had a great time on Saturday night last week.
Yeah, when I read the policy, it kind of reminded me of our first game. We were facing on the Michigan Start. This was before George Uche said, please, no smoke there. And oh, my God.
Yeah,
we won with that, yeah.
I remember some smoke, dark, hey, where'd that smoke come from? Pop and drops were going on all over the place.
Yeah,
whether it be in Berkeley, whether it be in Romeo, we don't know where that smoke came from.
Yeah, well, we don't know,
But the smoke is definitely coming from that Rowdy squad. Undefeated, unbeaten through 4 games.
4 games. The only team that haven't lost.
Hey, you predicted them to be at the top dogs at the end of the year. So
then they're showing their mercy.
Absolutely.
Unless Louisville recovers, it's going to be who's going to be third place.
And then when you're looking at it, the 2 coaches, Tom Cassiato, Brian Martin doing a fantastic job over in Oakland right now.
You're right. And Cassiato just named manager of the month for
all of March.
All of March, yeah.
So, but the Roots though, their first loss of the year came against Orange County.
You're right.
And it's kind of ubiquitous to say because it included the red card of one Raphael Spiegel.
Yeah. Who is not going to play tonight.
Because he threw a ball in the pitch.
Yes, the infamous red ball in the pitch penalty. Can't do that.
Yeah, I tried to disrupt play.
But you probably know it's supposed to be used if they can't recover the ball and they have to use it quickly. They grab the nearest ball. But you can't do it. There is one official ball.
The problem was Oakland had nobody back there because the goaltender came up to join them in the last few minutes of contest. So that's what happened there.
But it could be a good early preview of the playoff or finals.
FC Tulsa getting their wings back a little bit as they have been winners of 3 of their last 5.
Yeah.
They are a team that's I don't think we see them this year, but we could see them in Open Cup.
Yeah, right. And as you probably know, everybody talking what's happening in Lexington, like what's happening to the defending champion. They won only 1 game as a season so far. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but you know what? I mean, so far, like I said, winners of 3 of their last 5.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that's in all competitions as well. So I mean, so it's not too bad right now. What they're starting to come together, starting to find their legs a little bit. OC upended San Antonio on Wednesday night, as you saw just a little bit.
And San Antonio have 1 L in the loss column.
Yep.
Sorry.
And that dropped them. Yeah, that actually dropped them down a little bit as far as that goes in the Western Conference. In the Western Conference standings as well. San Antonio, though, I mean, they had that hot start last year, and then everything fell apart for them, and it looks like they might be on their way back down again, losing 2 of their last 3, including the Open Cup.
I hope it's not their way back down portion of the schedule, you know what I mean? They could certainly make a mix, considering we all know the Western Conference is just a pillow fight, that everybody would be happy playing Sabrina Carpenter music like I saw last night at Coachella.
But, San Antonio's got to get it together. A team that they could get together against is Miami FC. However, they've been unbeaten in their last 4.
Yeah, that's kind of surprising. You know what I mean? They're one of few teams that have no L in their loss column. So
exactly, and
that's right.
I think they have they do have a loss in their loss column, as a matter of fact. But this is a team that can actually they could actually shall we say surprise some people if need be.
Yeah, here's the big question. Can they keep it up for the entire season? Remember, they also had a hot start last season, but until they sunk down to the bottom.
Yeah, they were sunk down to the bottom for the and ended up missing the playoffs. And they were in playoff contention for pretty much. They were in the playoff question for most of the summer last year, and then teams finally figured them out and all that stuff. But that's a work in progress down there for that club in general. So, so like I said, I mean, it's a busy day up there. And then there's one other one that we didn't, a little tasty one. And, I gotta call Eric Ronaldo on this because we were talking about, our preview plates yesterday on WTF. And I brought up the preview plate. It's like, I brought up the match tomorrow between Birmingham and Pittsburgh Riverhounds.
Yes.
And he mentioned that you can't have potatoes as your dessert. It's like,
potatoes as dessert?
It's a southern pecan pie because they're playing the game in Birmingham.
Oh. Okay.
I mean, it's a southern delicacy, pecan pie. So that's my dessert. That was my dessert for yesterday. But that's going to be a tasty match as well because Birmingham, with their struggles so far this year.
Yes.
And Pittsburgh, we mentioned it earlier. They're one of the teams that have been giving up a lot of goals, and that's a team that we face next week over at Highmark.
And remember, they're supposed to be the defending champions. They're not acting like defending champions.
No, not necessarily, especially when you lose a big cog in defense.
I know.
In Sean Suber, and also a big cog in the net with Eric Dick. Yeah. So, right now, this Pittsburgh team, they're giving up a lot of goals, but, they're still getting some goals. Albert Deke was back in the lineup with them.
Chico.
This is also, like I said, this is also a team that can score some goals tonight. It should be entertaining for the fact that, you might see both sides scoring tomorrow. That's a 5:00 game on the CBS Palazzo Network.
And one more extra, as I always like to say, this is totally non USC, but Tuesday can't be that far. And can I say it right now? Know your enemy. Mm-hmm. Chicago Fire, last game before our game is against Atlanta United. Atlanta United not off to a good start. Chicago
should be an easy victory for them. And Atlanta United has fallen off the map a little bit as far as MLS goes. I mean, we were highlighting it on the musings.
Yeah.
They're one of the top earning teams in all of world football right now. But they're going through a transition themselves, as far as players go and whatnot. So so is Chicago, but Chicago's trending up.
But always scout Chicago. We're going to need it. Whoever squad we're going to face on, either the A squad or the B squad or the C squad.
Does Nick Kuipers play Tuesday night?
Well, after hearing that they're worried about the Keyworth turf, I'll say maybe.
We shall see what happens.
I hope they did not get the dreaded memo wishing everybody luck in the back page of the thumb down from signed by Don Garber.
Yeah, that seemed to be discussed on one of the other podcasts.
Yeah,
shout out to the folks at Make City Expense for talking about that recently. But it's going to be different. It's going to be like I said, it's going to be a different type of game on Tuesday night. Let's go back to today's match.
Okay.
Should be an easy time.
Yeah.
Should be an easy time as for Detroit City. Should be an easy. I mean, 13th in the league, 13th in the conference, 25th in the league as far as giving up goals. They've only scored 5 goals as a team. This could be easy picking for Detroit City as far as the defense goes. The question is, can they get in? Can somebody other than Darren Smith get into the back of the net? How do you feel about that? Give us your pick and give us your guy that's gonna.
I'm going to say 3-0 Detroit City. This should be an easy time. Carl Lurzak, but hey, he has to be like Felix Power, Chris Hydgood getting ready if they threaten. But like I said, it's going to be easy picking, easy pleasy. 3-0, and my pick to boot. Jandale Cedeno, he will score tonight.
Jandale Cedeno, that'd be huge for him, and of course, definitely somebody other than Darren Smith.
Okay, but if Darren Smith scored, tell the truth, I smell a hat trick could happen tonight. Could be
7 goals on the year for Darren Smith. Are you predicting a hat trick? Maybe
Cedeno, maybe Darren Smith. Who knows?
Who knows at this point? Yeah. Who knows at this point?
It's unlike the Portland Vale beating the recent FA quarterfinals, 7-0.
Today, I think Detroit City handles it real well. Maybe a 3. I don't say they're going to, I don't want to say they're going to waste anything for Tuesday by getting a high number of goals here. So I'm going to go 2-0.
Okay.
I'm going to go 2-0. But they do find another goal scorer. I'm thinking it's going to be Otis Juve that's going to find the back of the net today for Detroit City. So I'm going to have him as my pick the boot candidate.
Okay.
And, it's like I said, they got to find some way, other players to contribute as well. It can't be Alex DeLue. It cannot be Darren Smith, although we love to see them score goals. But somebody else has got to step it up as well in order for this attack by Danny Dicchio to – it cannot be a central attack of just one or 2 players.
Yeah, I share your sentiment, but look at how it had it out with Nick Marquette a couple of seasons ago in Charleston.
But you also remember, with Nick Marquette, he had a guy with him by the name of M.D. Myers that was also scoring goals as well, and also Aaron Malloy feeding them the ball as well. So you had that attacking unit. Ben Pierman had that attacking unit, but he did have a couple goal scorers with multiple, a couple double-digit goal scores both years. Of course, even last year with Cal Jennings being the primary goal scorer with the Charleston Battery, M.D. Myers was up there as well. So, that's one thing to think about there. So, you definitely, if you want to have you definitely got to have multiple goal scorers in it. It can't just be relying on one person all the time for sure. So, but want to give a shout out to those in the members of the Detroit Celtic Supporters Club.
Cheers!
Salute to you. Happy 5th anniversary. They'll be joining us today at Keyworth Stadium.
They won
after a 1-0 victory over St. Mirren in but
I have
CFL play, the last regular season game before the split.
I have some bad news. Hartford 1-2-3-1 late. And Rangers play Sunday.
They're still 3 points behind in the SPFL.
But it will come down to 5 games.
And guess who's at home for 4 of them?
Celtic?
You got it.
Oh, brother. Oh, yeah.
And guess who's back? Back again.
Who?
The Green Brigade.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, it will come down to 5. 3 of those games are against each other. So, especially Rangers, which could be a security nightmare. Who knows?
Yeah, I could. Well, yeah, I don't think it. You know what? I think they might ban those thugs out of.
I know.
Out of.
They kind of relaxed it a little bit. They allowed about less than 7,500 for that Scottish Cup game. Big mistake. Sometimes when these conference games happen, nobody from the other team is allowed in. It's just it's that deep. It's that deep.
Probably one of the fiercest rivalries in all of soccer.
It's sort of like Michigan State, Ohio State. Celtic is Michigan. Rangers is Ohio State. We're saying that.
Yeah.
And Hearts is Indiana University, who won the whole shebang.
Oh, God. The Chris Signetti. The Kurt Signetti of Scottish football at this time. No, needless to say, like I said, cheers to the Celtic faithful. They will be joining us.
And cheers to everybody who's celebrating Coachella, and cheers to the afternoons who came back safely, so we didn't have to do it unplanned episode of Space 1989. And cheers for you. Thank you very much.
Cheers to you watching this program. We will be back after hours.
Oh, by the way, we have to mention where you can find it. You can find it only on ESPN Plus in English and in Espanol on 2UND.
TUDN for all the
4 o'clock.
4 o'clock.
Be there.
And of course, we'll be here after hours, bringing you post-match coverage as well. Until then, folks, for Steve, Sam behind the camera, keep your feet on the ground, keep reaching for the galaxy, and most of all, be good.